Okay, welcome to today's meditation time. I am so honored that you have chosen to spend these few moments with me, and whether you are here with us live in this moment or you are doing this later on, we're on a journey this month from the first new moon of January to the first new moon of February, are kind of our bookends. And each time we come together, I want to share a different word with you. And my hope is that that word can become your anchor, so that after these few minutes are spent together in meditation, we go on about our evening or about our day. When life becomes stressful, or when doubt begins to rise, or heartbreak becomes a reminder, my hope is that you'll go back to whatever that word was that we shared in our time together and allow it to serve as an anchor. So often we talk about just becoming present and staying in the present moment. And sometimes, while that is a wonderful thing to attain and try to strive for in our lives, sometimes it seems a little too abstract. So my hope is that these concrete words will give you a little assurance, a little bit more of an anchor, and give you some hope in the hours that follow our time together. So as you begin to sit and get nice and comfortable, just close your eyes. And the most important thing is that your spine is long, so that all that good energy as you breathe in and breathe out can just flow up and down all those channels within you. There's not a right or a wrong way for you to meditate. You showed up. You paused your schedule, and it does not get more right than that. And so just honor that. Trust in it. Start to connect to how you're breathing. If it feels a bit shallow, try to slow it down just a little. Finding you a nice, even rhythm from the inhale to the exhale. Don't worry so much about how long each lasts, but just try to find a rhythm that can give you some comfort, that can help you feel a little bit grounded wherever you are in these moments. And that as the mind tries to wander and tries to take us different directions, allow the breath to draw you back. And so today's focus, our word is possibility. As the calendar turned on this new year of 2022, many of us looked on it with possibility. Many more looked on it with a little bit of dread because of uncertainty or because of what's already gone on in the days and the months prior. But I want to share a quote with you that I hope will change how you see that word possibility, and that it will allow all of us to look upon possibility with excitement, with peace, and with hope. And this quote is one from Rumi, so it is many, many years old, and it says, "Maybe you are searching among the branches for what only appears in the roots." So as you sit and you breathe and you pause, listen to it one more time. Maybe you are searching among the branches for what only appears in the roots. So as you begin just to let those words just kind of sit with you, just let it resonate for just a second. See what has the meaning for you within that statement. What I think he's saying to us is, so often the world tells us to look out or to look up for possibilities, for answers, for hope. But what Rumi is asking us to do is to look inward, to look back to where our roots, our story, our existence is. When you look for possibility out amongst you in the world, in the things, in the situations, in the humans, inevitably, disappointment will come. And so he is encouraging us to bring our seeking of possibility back home to us. So think about a tree. Just picture it as you're seated there. And just think about this idea. There can be no branches if there are no roots. The branches only exist because the trunk of that tree is grounded and connected to the earth, finding stability, finding nourishment, finding strength. And then I even want to go just a tiny bit farther, a little bit deeper, back to this idea of yoga. We often think of yoga as a tree, all the parts. And as you begin to study yoga, you learn that the first limb or the first part of yoga are the roots, the yamas, how we conduct ourselves, how we live our lives. And you don't get to the branches, which is the asana, until part or limb number 3, which goes to show us that it cannot happen if we don't have roots. So as you looked upon this new year for possibilities, for changes, for newness, for a reset, for whatever it is that you were seeking, I want you in these moments that we're about to spend together in quiet time to try to bring that seeking inward. Don't look for possibility within another human being, because he or she will disappoint you. They will fail. Don't look for possibility in something, in a job, in a move, in a possession, because those things are fleeting. But the one thing you can always rely on are the roots within you. And when I talk about your roots, I don't mean your lineage or your past. I mean the things that ground you, the things that you hold dear. For me, it starts with the breath. That is the greatest root that I have. It is my anchor. It's what holds me steady. For some of you, it's your faith. For others, I could go on and fill in all the examples of what your roots consist of. But we all have them. It's the core. It's the solid stuff inside of us. And so rather than looking for possibility amongst the branches, let's take our gaze back to our roots, about what it is that holds us steady. And so in our meditation time, we spend the first few minutes coming to a point together. And then we be. Very simply, we just be. So let your mind stay here in this present moment, focused on the roots that give you stability, that give you comfort, and best of all, that show you possibility. And with that sound, just bring your focus back to this collective moment that we're sharing together. And listen one more time to these words of Rumi. Maybe you are searching among the branches for what only appears in the roots. And so I want to leave you with just a few questions that you can take with you from this time and let the word possibility be your anchor in the days to come. The first question is, what if the possibilities for peace were within us? What if the possibilities for joy were within us? What if the possibilities for contentment with our lives were within us? And finally, what if the possibilities for the future were within us? So take your reflection of the possibilities. Draw from the inspiration of whatever your roots consist of. And continue to look inward rather than outward. Namaste.